Hey everybody, it's Sam or Bo down here at Ravens Keep Forge, and I get asked time from time, and figured this would be an easy way to explain it. The question of what makes Ravens Keep Forge different? It's a good question, right? I mean, there's a lot of smithies out there, a lot of great smithies out there, do some marvelous work. But what makes Ravens Keep Forge unique? I think a lot of it has to do with the process. Okay, first and foremost is the smithy, right? It's actually dedicated to the Morgan and the work that I do for her. So I think that's one thing. I think that's important, that it's actually forged within sacred space. The other thing is I make my own charcoal, right? So I get the wood, cut the wood, split the wood, stack the wood, so I can cook and create charcoal, because I don't use coal. So it's all the charcoal, all the forge fuel here is made in this little 55-gallon barrel that fuels the forge. So I've got all this work done, started, before I've actually started forging. So I've got that work done. So I think that, it's the time and energy of, the trees that I use were already down. So they're not harvested. They've already come down for variety of reasons. Most of them storms. The wood that I use in that actually becomes charcoal is all repurposed. If it's not wood that I've already split and stacked, it's cast off, cut offs, unusable pieces from. There's a woodworking shop that I use to get a lot of the material to make charcoal with, and then so I've got my own charcoal that I use to fuel the forge, and then we get repurposed metal from a variety of places, horseshoes that still have the nails in them, and then I've got all repurposed metal that I use here at the smithy, including a lot of, see if I can get in here. If you've seen the bronze ohm, see if I can get out here, maybe I'll go out here where you can see it. If you've seen the bronze ohm, this is what they're made from. So I got probably 2 sets here. I've created 2 sets. So that was a bushing, right, that I've created, because I go to salvage yards and I spend the day looking for pieces that want to be something, right? Be something different. I don't like recycled, I like upcycled, so they've got pieces that have a story. And then after I forge your item, depending on what speaks to me, I've got little pieces of wood, you'll see down in here, that I use to what I call cure, that I'll actually smoke and infuse your metal afterwards. So I've got, that's what I have. And then of course, if you can see in the background there, that's the shrine to the Morgan that oversees the smithy. And then the smithy itself, I'll have a separate video on what this is, but this is, actually the forge itself that's handmade, native craftsman. So we've got that. So as I'm creating a piece, we have all this background, right? From the wood to creating the charcoal to finding the metal before I actually ever go into creating a piece, right? Then I find the metal that wants to be that. If you're buying something off the website, those items, that's what they want to be, because I will search and say, okay, I need to make candle scribes. Who wants to be a candle scribe? And I use the metal, the magic of the metal, to create your magical piece, right? Because my work is making tools for you to do your work. And you deserve to have the best, most vibrant tool available. And that is my work, is to provide that for you. Now, if you've got a commission piece, right, if you've got something, a pendant that you want to create, like the Morgan pendants that I have, or some other kind of pendant, have, you know, most of my work is commission work, then we do, you know, conferences, and we talk several times to make sure that we get what it is that you want and that it works for you and with you. And that beautiful Carolina blue sky, man. You gotta love that, right? So what makes it special is that I think it's the magic of the metal, right? It's the life that the metal has that comes to you for you can do your work, and whatever that is, whether it's a award for protection, a candle scribe, an altar dish, you know, a pendant, a pocket notion, anything that you get, whether it's off the rack, right, bunny ears, off the rack there at the shop, has all been created within the sacred space, right? Because one thing that most people don't get to see that I'm going to show you is, let's see if I can see if we can see this one. See this here? It's a pillar, right? And there's 4 of them, and those are the 4 pillars that I use to create space within them. I call on the 4 treasures of the Tuatha Dé to help forge my work. So I think what makes it different is it is different. It's not just a piece of metal. You know, it's a living. It's metal magic, right? And it's created with intention. It's created with care. Forged within sacred space, so you can have a tool that will become a legacy item, not only for, you know, will help enhance your work, but that you can pass on for generations to come, right? I mean, that's pretty cool, right? So that's kind of it in a nutshell. What makes Ravens Keep Forge different? Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, want to commission an item, just reach out. I'm here for you. See you next time.